Good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? I hope you are okay. Now, I would like to teach you about you should wear mask. Do you know what is the meaning of should here? Yeah, it's very good. Should, that is suggestion. And I suggest you should listen to me. Alright, the students, I would like to explain you that is the same suggestion is recommendation. Here, recommendation by countable or uncountable suggestion that something is good or suitable for a particular purpose or job. Next, I would like to teach you about suggestion that is advice to, telling someone the best thing to do. So what is the solutions? That is to answer to a problem. If you have problems, so someone give you suggestion, or the other hand. Cultural awareness in suggestion, you look at here. In daily life, people often ask for and give suggestion. Dalam kehidupan sehari-hari, orang sering meminta dan memberi saran. Example, your friend is thinking about buying new shoes and you recommend that she or she visit a nearby store that is offering discount. So, that is recommend here to someone. How is the solution? Let's see, my students, how to give a helpful suggestion. Give it in the form of information. Why? The reason is the recipients won't feel as if they have lost their independence in making the choice. The information should be new. Why? The reason is it helps the recipients to be aware of something they have never considered before. Let's continue. How to ask for a recommendation? That is two parts. One, asking for a recommendation, and two, making a recommendation. Let's see the example here. If you were in my position, what would you do? So, making a recommendation, I would postpone the appointment to a later date. Okay, student, you can see the example in here. I would like you listen or you see about the examples. Let's continue the student. There are three parts of responding to a recommendation. The first, agreeing. Agreeing, that is the mean accepting. Disagreeing, that is the mean that is refusing. And expressing doubt, it means that is not really. Look at the example, agreeing. I think that would be a good solution. Disagreeing, I don't think that would be right. Expressing doubt, really? Should I? Recommend I? After receiving a recommendation, express thanks, even if the recommendation is against your choice. Other ways to give a recommendation or suggestion. The clue, why don't? What about? You should. You can't. Do you need? Recommendation or offering. We build a phone during the rainy season. Building a phone during the rainy season. Build a phone during the rainy season. Build a phone during the rainy season. My help to build a phone. And elements. Why don't blah blah blah, subject, predicate plus object. What about blah blah blah, verb ing or noun. You should blah blah blah, verb 1. You can blah blah blah, verb 1. Do you need plus noun. Alright, students. For making recommendation, we can say also modals. Why? Because modal should, ought to, had better, and we can say that making recommendation or suggestion. Alright, should is the most common example. We should evacuate the flood victim to a safe place ought to. Examples: everybody ought to know how to keep the environment clean and healthy. Had better is stronger. It includes a warning that something might happen if you do not follow the recommendation. Examples: you had better hurry up because the water will be rising. It means if you don't hurry, you might drown. The second example: you had better do your homework. It means the teacher will give you a low mark. Modals are always followed by the simple form of a verb. Okay, the student, you must remember it. Next, the students' modals here should, ought to, had better. For example, here there are three parts: affirmative, negative, and questions. Look at the example. A say, I failed my test. So recommendation: really, you should study harder. Negative: young children shouldn't watch violent TV shows. Questions: I have a problem. Should I call my parents or my friend? The example of affirmative by ought to: A. It's really cold outside. B. You ought to wear a warm jacket. Negative: ought to is not usually used in the negative form. Questions: ought to is not common in the question form. The example had better in affirmative: you had better slow down. You are driving too fast. In negative: you had better not forget to pay your tuition. If you do, you can't sit for your examination. In question, had better is not common in the question form. Let's continue how to use WH questions by suggestions. WH question can be formed in this way: WH question word plus modal plus blah 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 blah. In blah 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 here, you can use by object. Example: what should I do about my problem? Where should we evacuate during a flood? Why should you believe that they said? When should they call the search and rescue team? How should we evacuate the victims? So this is the using WH questions by recommendation or suggestion. Alright, the student, I've explained you about recommendation, suggestion, and advice. So student, I will give you the task at this moment. So look at the task here. And I remind you, you should wear masks. You should do this task. Thank you, student. Healthy regard and meet again in the next material.